Linh-chan and Dimi-chan play games. Hello and welcome back, Chan-chans.
Welcome back.
Today, we're fighting the boss of Jabu-Jabu, and we're continuing our discussion on adoption. So we were just talking about how, it's not fair sometimes how we can, people pick what kind of kid they want, right?
Yeah. So there's a process into what kind of kids they want, and they call it matching.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is besides going through all the normal background and the legal stuff, they do background checks on you, and they do extensive background checks on you to make sure, and they visit your home to make sure that you can provide for the child and stuff like that. And then afterwards, the last step is they match you with a child. And in order to match you with a child, you fill out some sort of form, and on there there's all sorts of questions as to what kind of gender you want, what age group you want, whether are you okay taking care of a child that has a medical condition, that sort of idea. And it sounds so cruel to as a parent to be able to choose, because when you have a child naturally, you don't get to choose what the outcome's going to be. So it's a really cruel process that we impose on ourselves and say that this is okay, just because we're giving a child a life that they may never have. I don't think it's okay for us to say, oh, I don't want a child that has bad teeth. I don't want a child that has a parent that had drug addict.
Oh, that one's a little ugly.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's the line draw?
Yeah.
I can understand how, parents might not want a schizophrenic child or, a child with,
autism or
anything.
syndrome,
but those are the kids that need the most help.
Those are the kids that need the most help. And those are the kids that don't often get adopted.
Yeah, they get no help at all.
Yeah. And it's just so sad. And the thing is that the fact that those questions exist, it means that each of those questions pertain to a child that is currently in the system.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just questions that they throw in just to fill up the pages. It's they have kids that have those kind of conditions. That's why those questions are there. And it's just so sad to think.
And by saying you don't want that basically means that those kids are never getting adopted.
Yeah, that means those kids don't deserve a life, and it's just it's something that you have to think about when you go into adoption. I honestly, I'm having biased opinions on it, because I personally know that I would not be mentally, physically, financially capable of taking a child with that kind of severe medical conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also wrong for me to turn that child away and say that that child doesn't deserve a chance to even attempt to have a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really something.
Well, going back on that, it's kind of the kids that need the help the most that get the least amount of help.
Yeah.
And we do kind of have an infrastructure in place to help with that, and that's orphanages.
Yeah.
That is the solution to helping kids out that can't get adopted.
Uh-huh.
Even Link here was not in an orphanage, but he was given to the Kokiri who helped bring him up,
Yeah.
And our society, unfortunately, at least I think so, puts orphanages not in the best of light. It's often used as a plot device in stories.
Yeah.
And it's
very
something
negative.
Yeah, very negative. And it kind of pushes people away from wanting to support that kind of thing. Even though the foster system is kind of much worse in a way. If we had an orphanage system that was well supported and well funded, it would solve a lot of the problems, because it gives those kids that live there stability.
I mean, this is just a little going off topic a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the same thing that can be said about homeless in a country.
Oh, absolutely.
There are tons of things that we do, like why can't we invest a little bit money in helping all these homeless out there into getting a home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same concept.
It's not a lot.
It's not, you know? It's the same concept, so.
Those eyes.
That's so weird.
You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyways. Just a little.
This is so...
Well, anyways, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you.
So weird. Anyway, so I think the whole fact that you know, even the process of like choosing, I think that goes back to us being entitled, because we feel that, oh, we're helping a child out because this child would have no future without us. So just that alone gives us the, you know, that sense of entitlement that we get to choose, we get to decide,
and we get to cancel if it doesn't work out for us.
And you know, and it's us that's making the difference. So we get to say how we get to make that difference, you know. And then in a certain case, it is true. Like a lot of, and also the reason why a lot of people go outside of the United States to other countries to adopt is because children in those countries do need more help. Like,
oh, absolutely,
like
they're getting a completely different life
because the I don't know, the economy is bad, their environment is bad, they don't have clean water, they're malnourished, they don't have enough shelter, there's more diseases because of all of these lower quality life, you know? So in a way, and like there's child labor and all that stuff, that's why a lot of people feel that they need to go out to help these kids. That's why there are more adoptions outside of the United States. However, recently, though, I don't know the specific numbers, but I know that the number of adoptions outside of the United States is slowly decreasing, and the number of adoptions inside the United States, it's staying steady or slightly increasing every year. So I think that's a good thing, you know. And like I said, every child out there needs a home, but there's really no need for you to go outside when there's so many that are in your country that are probably
need your help
in the city right next to yours, you know, that needs help.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of our culture has kind of made us think about it in that way, you know?
Yeah. So.
Well, in any case, we've collected all 3 stones, which means we can head to the Temple of Time and open up the Door of Time and go into the future and stop Ganon somehow. I don't know. And she's like, "You're gonna marry me later, right?"
Just kind of like in Dragon Ball when
it's exactly the same thing.
Chichi, is that her name? Chichi meets Goku and she's like, "You're gonna marry me, right?" And Goku is
Let's get married. And Goku's like, "What's marriage?"
What's that? Okay.
If it makes you happy, okay. Did my most precious possession help you in your quest?
She's naked, by the way.
She is very naked. And her father's like dozing off in the back.
Her father's like fully clothed. Or semi-clothed. Has a cape on.
Yeah. He's pretty capey. Okay, so Temple of Time. That is this way. This way. Right? No. Cool. When it moves the camera for you, that's so weird.
How do you feel about adoption?
I'd say I'm open to it, but only if I'm not choosing. Like, it has to be unconditional.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna do it, it's just, I'm gonna go all out.
Yeah.
Really? I had to fall to death down there?
But what if you can't? What if they place you with a child that is in need of lots of medical attention and
then
you can't do it?
They needed it the most.
I mean,
you know?
But at that time, are you gonna take care of it and do your best and then say, I really can't do it and give it back?
No, I'm gonna take care of it and do my best and I have to stick with it at that point, you know?
Yeah. I know, like I said, I have contradicting opinions on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all because conflicting opinions on this is because I understand that you shouldn't have to choose, because if you do have a child, our child could be like that, you know?
Yeah.
If you carry a child for 9 months and then it end up being like that, like, there's nobody you can blame. But at the same time, it's like, it's hard because then now you have this decisions to decide, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And but then again, like, with the way things are right now, like, you can tell whether a child is healthy or not by a certain trimester of the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do get to decide as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's a whole very controversial topic as well, whether you want to keep a child or not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I feel like nobody should have the right to decide besides the mother carrying that child.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the father.
Well,
actually,
some people would beg to argue.
The
unfortunately,
father should have a decision, like a say in what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I feel like in the end,
the ultimate decision comes down to the mother, because.
But in the end, nobody should have a say in it. You can give advice, but in the end, it should be the mother's decision. Mm-hmm. It should not be the government decision. Should not be your grandmother's decision. Should not be anybody but yourself, unless your life is in danger by carrying this child. Then maybe you should listen to your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, nobody should have a say on what a woman should do with her body.
Mm-hmm. And that's especially true. Forgot where I was going with that.
You're going in a circle.
I know, I'm waiting for the daytime to come. But it's especially true, like, if a mother can't take care of their child, that's all it's gonna do is put them in the system, and then they might not get anywhere else, you know?
Yeah.
Like, by saying that the mother needs to take care of, has to have this child that she possibly cannot take care of.
Yeah.
That is much more harmful to the system than anything else, you know?
Yeah, I was looking online earlier, and I was looking on this this website. I think it's the National Adoption Agency or whatever, where they do census on, like, you know, and they do records of, like, how many children go into adoption agency, how many children get adopted, how many children get left out, and that kind of thing. Like, it seems like the amount of children getting adopted in the United States every year is roughly about 50 million. Not 50 million, 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of kids going in every year, it's about 300,000.
Oh, wow.
Roughly every year. That's the amount goes in. But the amount that actually get adopted is only 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that means a lot of kids are still in that system right now as we talk. And more kids are being abandoned right now as we talk.
Mm-hmm.
And more kids are being entered into the system as we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how many kids there are out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh. So Ganon over here is after Zelda. And Zelda was just saved by Impa. Oh, even his horse looks evil.
His horse is all like...
So you think you can protect them from me? You've got guts, kid. I don't know what that accent is. Oh, he got his little sword.
Why don't you do a Donald Trump accent for him?
I'm like the best. No, wait, how does he sound like? You want a piece of me? Very funny.
Wait, no. Donald
like your
Trump
attitude.
can't read, so you're supposed to just
funny, very sad. Sad. Your attitude's sad. Very sad.
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand. It's a very big hand. Can't you see the size of my hand?
That was a really big hand.
It was. Pathetic. Just sad. You're just like a little fool, which I'm not. I'm very smart. I know the best. The best fools.
The best words.
Do you realize who you're dealing with? I'm the most important man on the earth, Ganondorf. The only Ganondorf. Oh! Oh, and he just disappeared.
He rides fast.
Yep.
So Zelda got kidnapped or Zelda ran away?
No, Zelda was being saved by Impa.
Got it. Link has blue eyes.
He does indeed.
I don't think I've met anyone with blue eyes yet.
Oh no?
Actually,
My dad has like green eyes.
Yeah, your dad's eyes aren't even green.
No, they're interesting colored.
Yeah, it's not even green.
In any case,
Like I've never met anyone with when you say blue eyes, like actual blue eyes, or
Oh,
when
like
you say
actual blue
green
eyes.
eyes, actual green eyes.
I had blue contacts.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Anywho, bye everyone. We'll explore what Zelda threw into the river next time.
Okay.
Kate. Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan.